Hey guys, Josh here. So today's video is kind of a special one. After about a year and a half of making videos, I reached 10,000 subscribers a couple of months ago, and at that time I asked you all to send me your questions that I will be answering today. And of course, I'm a little bit late at making this video. I did actually record this a couple of weeks ago, but some of my answers changed, so I have to redo it now. And we're approaching 15,000 subscribers, which is pretty crazy, so thank you so much. I'm so glad we were able to create this little farming sim community, and I'm really happy I get to make regular videos about my favorite kind of games, and I love interacting with you guys in the comments every time as well as during live stream, so thank you so much for being there. And I also have a pretty exciting announcement, actually quite a few different announcements into this video, so stay tuned for that, and let's just jump right into the questions. Alright, so this first question was asked by quite a lot of people. So Natalie is asking, congratulations Josh, I'm so happy I found you last year, quickly became one of my favorite YouTubers. Would love to know a little bit about you as a person if you're comfortable. And of course I'm comfortable, I'm happy to tell you a little bit more about myself. I think if you've been watching my live streams, you probably know a little bit more, but if you've just been watching the videos, you might not know that much about myself. So my name is Josh, I'm 28 years old, I'm French-Canadian, which is why I have this accent. French is my first language, English is second, and I also lived in Japan for a few years, and even though I'm not fluent yet, I could consider Japanese as my third language, and sometimes on this channel I'll also play Japanese games before they release in the West, such as Rune Factory 5. So of course I love video games, but another thing that I really love doing is traveling. I like discovering new cultures and places, going all around the world and just try out new things, meet new people. And I'm also a flight attendant, so I got laid off during COVID-19, so in 2020 I was doing something different, but I just got my job back a couple of days ago at the beginning of November. So I'm gonna go back to flying pretty soon, and I'm super excited for that. And this should also give me the time to make more videos, as I will have more days off than with my previous job. So yes, I love flying, I love traveling, and I love playing video games. So the next question is from Iesha Smith, who's asking, what inspired you to go for it and start creating YouTube videos for gaming? So this is a really good question. I've actually been wanting to start a YouTube channel pretty much since I discovered the existence of YouTube, but I'm a pretty shy person. I'm very introverted, and until very recently, I did not have much confidence. So I always pushed away the idea. I always tried to find some excuses to start later, and all of that changed when I got laid off from my job last year, as I said, because of the pandemic. I started playing Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I saw so many people being successful on YouTube making videos for this game, and I thought I should give it a shot. So I started making Animal Crossing videos, and I think what really pushed me to get started at that time was I had just lost kind of like my dream job, and I didn't know what I was gonna do with my life. And I guess I just wanted to take this really bad situation and do my best to turn it into something good. And I think it turned out pretty well, and I'm actually grateful for how things turned out. I wish we didn't have the pandemic, but if it didn't happen, maybe I would not have this channel. So I'm kind of glad of how things turned out, even though it was a really bad situation. But now I got my job back and I'm doing YouTube and everything's going well now, so I'm happy about that. But basically, I've been really wanting to do YouTube for so many years before that, and it seems like it really took something big for me to really jump into it and start. But don't do that, guys. Don't follow my example. If you're thinking about doing it, just go ahead right now and do it. If you have any, it doesn't have to be YouTube. If you have any kind of project, just do it as soon as you can, because today will always be the best time to start something new. So yeah, and if you need any help with YouTube, I'm by no means any expert or anything, but if you need help or feedback, please feel free to let me know. I'm happy to help in whatever way I can. But yeah, thank you so much for your question. And the next one is from Mon Ramos, who says, congrats, are you willing to try game suggestions from your subscribers? If ever, would you be interested and willing to play Sims 4? First, by the way, hahaha. Of course, I'm always willing to try game suggestions from subscribers. Actually, a lot of my videos are games that were suggested by viewers. So please feel free to let me know at any time in the comments if there's a game I should play. I do read all the comments, And I try to remember, I have some notes about all the games that have been suggested that I should take a look at. So I try everything if I can, and also have on my Discord. So if you're not on Discord, there's a link for that in the description, and there's a suggestions channel. So if you post it in there, I will also take a look at it, but you can also just post a comment on YouTube. And as for The Sims 4, so I did play The Sims 4. I used to play The Sims a lot, actually, especially The Sims 2. That was my favorite one. I haven't played The Sims 4 in a while. Usually I feel like what happens with this series is that I'm gonna play The Sims for months and months non-stop, and then I will stop and I will completely forget about the game. Then I'll jump back into it and be completely addicted for weeks and months all over again. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna play The Sims 4 on this channel. It could happen. Maybe The Sims 5 when it comes. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I'm always open to game suggestions, so thank you so much. Next, we've got Daysex, who says, "Congrats, I just found your channel a few days ago and have been non-stop binging your Star of Seasons videos. What is it that initially got you into gaming?" So I think what got me into gaming is probably my brother. He's 3 years older than me, and one of my earliest gaming memories is playing Sonic the Hedgehog on his Sega Genesis. So that was the very first video game console that I touched, that I played when I was young. We didn't have too many games, but I remember playing Sonic the Hedgehog as well as the Bart Simpson game, which I have very blurry, very vague memories of these games when I was young. But that was the very first time I played a video game. I was maybe like 3 or 4 years old at the time, so I was not really good. I couldn't even clear like the first levels of any of these games. But I guess that's what got me into gaming. And then a few years later, my brother got a Nintendo 64, so we would play Nintendo 64 games. And basically what would happen is that pretty much every weekend, our mom would give us like $5 so we could go to the video store and rent a game. So pretty much every weekend, we would rent a different game and go home and try it out. And I think most of the time, one week I would pick a game, and then the next week my brother would pick a game, and we'll alternate like this. But yeah, pretty much that's how I got into gaming. So thank you to my bro. And yeah, thank you to Sega Genesis and Nintendo 64. Alright, so the next question is also a question that I've got a lot. And Peach is asking, congratulations, what was your first farming sim? So my first farming sim was Harvest Moon 64, which was also the very first game I owned. As I said previously, my brother and I, we used to rent a lot of Nintendo 64 games. And at one point, we had tried pretty much all of the games that were available in the store, except for this game that had this very fascinating cover art. On the box, there was this little guy running with a dog, and I had no idea what kind of game it was. And one time it was my turn to pick a game for that weekend, and yeah, I had no idea what this game was about. It was just this guy running with a dog, and I just thought it was really cute and it looked interesting, so I decided to rent it. And it turned out I was completely addicted to this game and I had so much fun with it. So I ended up renting this game a couple of times. One of my best gaming memories is when I had chickenpox. I couldn't go to school for 1 week, so I just rented the Harvest Moon 64 for 1 week, and I remember I was just playing that game the whole time and I didn't have to go to school, and that was really a lot of fun for me. But eventually I begged my parents to buy it, and I remember they had a really hard time to find a copy of the game because it was not like a really popular game and not a lot of people knew about it, so you couldn't just go to any store and buy it. So I don't remember how they got it, but they managed to find the game for me and get it for my birthday, I think, or maybe it was I think it was my birthday. So I was so excited. I was so happy. But yeah, this was the very first game I owned. Unfortunately, I lost that game. We once had a New Year's Eve party at our place, and the next day the game disappeared. So I don't know if someone took it. I don't know if it ended up in the garbage by accident. I'm not too sure what happened exactly, but I'm still very sad about it because it was my very first game I owned. So if someone ever finds my copy of Harvest Moon 64, my childhood copy of Harvest Moon 64, please let me know. But yeah, that was the game that really got me into farming games. And the next question from Tammy is, my question is, are there games outside of the farming genre that you like playing? And the answer is yes, of course. I do like a wide variety of games. Of course, on this channel, I do play mostly farming games, and I didn't have that much time to play other games recently. But I do tend to like simulation or sandbox games that allow me to be creative. So as I said before, I like The Sims. I also like management games such as Roller Coaster Tycoon, or more recently like Planet Coaster. Also like games like SimCity or City Skylines. But beside that, I also love JRPG. As I said, I don't have the time to play them as much recently since they're generally quite time consuming, but I love the Tales series, Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy. I also like strategy RPGs such as Fire Emblem or Disgaea. I also really love rhythm games. I used to spend so much time playing DDR and Guitar Hero back when these games were really popular. And recently on the Switch, I like to play games such as Taiko no Tatsujin, Project Diva, and a few others. I just find rhythm games so fun to pick up if you have a couple of minutes to play something. And just seeing the progress you make, or like every time you play, you get a little bit better and better, and you try to get a better score. And this is just super addictive. And yeah, I really like rhythm games, and I would love for DDR to make a comeback at one point. That would be so nice, but yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah, I do like rhythm games and JRPG, and of course, farming sims. Next, Blue Dog is asking, what is your favorite Nintendo game? So if we're talking exclusively about Nintendo first-party games, I do love most of them, but my two favorites are probably Super Smash Bros. And Pikmin. So of course, a lot of people know about Super Smash Bros. And it's a lot of people's favorite game. The first one I played was on the Nintendo 64. But another series that I really love is Pikmin. And Pikmin was actually one of the very first game I played on the GameCube. As I said before, my brother and I, we used to rent games, but at one point we also rented a GameCube when the GameCube just came out, because you could rent consoles as well. And I remember we rented two games, so we took Pikmin and Luigi's Mansion. And I remember I was playing Pikmin a lot, and my brother was playing Luigi's Mansion, but we didn't have a memory card, and we would always like alternate. So I would play like Pikmin for 1 hour or like a couple of hours, and then my brother would want to play Luigi's Mansion, but we couldn't save because we didn't have a memory card, so we had to start over every time. I don't know why we didn't take a memory card. Maybe there was none available, I'm not too sure. So I did the very beginning of the first Pikmin game a lot of times at that time. But pretty much since then, I've been completely in love with this series. I would say my favorite is probably Pikmin 2. I really enjoyed the caves, and I feel like this game was so long. There were so many treasures to find. The caves were very long and challenging. And also there was no time pressure that you have in the first game, so you could really take your time and explore. And yeah, I feel like Pikmin is such a unique game. It's kind of like a real-time strategy game with the Nintendo vibes to it. And I really like how everything looks super cute. Of course, the Pikmins are cute, but the environment is very cute and adorable. And the gameplay is a lot of fun as well. And I feel like there's kind of multiple ways to play Pikmin depending on your mood. So you can either, like maybe not in the first one, but in Pikmin 2 and 3 you can either like really take your time and explore and do things at your own pace. But also if you want to speedrun and try to be as efficient as possible, you can do that, and you can like restart your day over and over again to try to get the best results as possible. So I feel like depending on my mood, sometimes I just want to relax, then Pikmin is still a good game to play. But sometimes I really want to strategize and be as quick and efficient as possible and just try to perform really well. And Pikmin is still a good game for that, so I feel like you can play no matter how you feel like playing. I recently actually bought a GameCube because I sold the one I used to have when I was younger, and I bought Pikmin 1 and 2, and I would like to play those games again. Maybe I'm gonna stream them on this channel, even though it's not like a farming game. But yeah, I would really like to play through these games again because I love Pikmin. Next question is from Heden147. My question is, what stuff or features would you want to see implemented in future installments of Rune Factory or Star of Seasons? So that's an excellent question, and I actually am currently planning a video on that subject, so I'm not gonna say too much for now. But One thing I would really like to see implemented in future installments of these games would be more multiplayer features, more online capabilities. So recently we're seeing so many farming games coming out, and a lot of them are from indie developers, and somehow all of these indie developers are able to put together great co-op modes and features that allow you to trade or visit other players. And it's always something that's a lot of fun in the farming game. However, for some reason with Rune Factory and Story of Seasons, this is still not really happening. I know that in Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town, they kind of tried to add some online features. So, for example, during the loading screens, you can see pictures that were taken by other players, as well as when you're walking around your town, sometimes you can have tourists, which are going to be like avatars from other players just walking around your town, and you can see their name and their catchphrase. Not the catchphrase, but their title. But anyway, there was no way to really interact with them, and there was no way to actually go to other people's farms and visit their farm or to trade with them. And that's such a shame because Olive Town allowed you to customize your own farm, and I feel like it would have been so much fun to be able to visit other people and get inspiration from their farm and maybe help them decorate and trade some items with them, especially as in that game there was a lot of crafting and some items were tricky to find. So it would have been a really good thing to have some online features, but unfortunately that did not happen. And since all of these indie developers are doing it right now, I really wish sometime soon Marvelous can do this as well for Rune Factory or Story of Seasons. And yeah, there are lots of other things I would like to see in these games, but I think online or some kind of co-op or multiplayer would be what I would really like to see the most. Next, Isabel Sakuma is asking, face review when? So if you're looking for a face review, I think I'll let you guys do the review when the reveal comes. But if you're asking for a face reveal, then I don't know. I know that's gonna happen eventually. I feel like I'm not ready for this now, but yeah, it will happen. And when it does, you guys will be the first to know. You will see it. And I think even after doing my face review, I will probably still keep the videos as I do now, because I feel like having your face in a video, it's just like an additional pressure, and it's a little bit easier for me to just like record the audio. But yeah, that day will come, but I don't have any date yet, so yeah, stay tuned for that. And then she asks, show your game setup. So I recently moved into this new place. Well, it's been the 3 months already, but I was really busy with my previous job and I didn't have time to like decorate or anything. So I don't have anything like aesthetic or like something that looks really good. It's still kind of plain, but I basically have 2 areas for gaming. So I have this one right here. So that's where I have my PC. So I actually have a laptop and I have an additional monitor. And I also have one of my Switch here, and I have my Nintendo GameCube. So this is where I stream from, and this is where I record my videos, and this is where I do pretty much everything. And then if we go into my living room, I have a TV, and I have my PS4, which I don't use a lot recently. And I also have another Switch there. So sometimes I can play Switch games on the TV if I'm not recording or anything like that. And you can see some of my games. So that's my setup. So it's really basic. There's really nothing special. I would like to invest more time and money and energy into getting a better setup in the coming months. And if you guys would like to see the evolution of that, please let me know and I'll keep you guys up to date on that. But yeah, that's just very basic, very simple for now. Next, we've got Christy, who says, congratulations, are you interested in making an avatar VTuber? That's a really good question as well. As I answered in the previous question, I will eventually do a face reveal. So I'm not interested in making a VTuber. Currently, I have this little avatar, which is based on my Story of Seasons Pioneers of Olive Town character. I don't have pink hair in real life, unfortunately. I'm not allowed to dye my hair with my current job. So this is kind of my avatar for now, but I don't think I'm gonna do like a VTuber thing. I'm gonna do a face reveal eventually. But yeah, so that's it for that. And next we've got Letty88 who says, "Wow, Josh, I'm so happy that you have grown so much. You deserve it. Congrats." I have a question. What are your plans with your channel in the future? Are you going to experiment with new types of videos, games, or are you keeping it as it is? Thank you so much, Letty, for your question. And as for my plans for my channel, I am going to experiment with new types of videos. Yes, I think I will try to keep it mostly in the farming game genre, but I'm definitely interested in trying out new things. Just a little quick example, when I started my channel, I was making Animal Crossing videos, right? Basically for 1 year. Then I decided to make a Story of Seasons Pioneers of Olive Town video when that game came out. And this is when my channel got a huge boost and a lot of people were able to find my channel. So I think it is really important to try new things. If you want to get different results and if you want to grow, if you keep doing the same thing, that's not gonna happen, right? So yeah, I want to try different things. One thing I would really love to do in the future, I would like to interview some indie developers. I'm not very good at interviewing or like discussing with other people yet. I feel like I'm more comfortable on my own, but I really want to get more comfortable in discussing with other people. And yeah, I would like to interview developers, especially the ones working on farming games. So that's one thing I would really like to do. And eventually, maybe, I don't know, like having some kind of podcast, like talking about farming games with someone or something like that sounds like a really good idea, but it requires a lot of preparation and a lot of time and energy. But that's a few things, yeah, that I would really, really love to do. So yeah, thank you so much, Letty88. And next we've got Letitia Chamblin who says, "Congratulations, that's awesome. What did you think about E3? Which E3 games are you excited for?" So as you guys can see, it took me way too long to make this video. I do procrastinate a lot. It takes me a lot of time. So this question is a bit outdated, but I still wanted to answer it. So if we're talking about E3, one game I was really excited that was announced at E3 was Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. I used to really like the Super Monkey Ball games on the GameCube, and I never played the games that game after that. So I've been playing this game a couple of times in the last month or so. And yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. It's a fun little game and there's a lot of content in it actually. And I know it's been kind of criticized. A lot of people didn't like the physics that were in the game, but honestly, it's been such a long time since I played the original game, so I don't remember too much. I don't really notice the difference. So for myself, I'm super happy with this version of the game and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, so that's the game I was excited about that was announced at E3. And maybe more recently we can talk about maybe the last Nintendo Direct that we got. One game I'm really excited for is Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. This game just looks so beautiful and I do love Kirby. He's one of my favorite Nintendo characters because he's just really, really cute. And unfortunately, most Kirby games, especially the recent ones, feel usually like very short and very easy and a little bit disappointing. So the last Kirby game that I really enjoyed was Kirby 64 and the Crystal Shards. It's kind of different, but also really liked Kirby Air Ride. I would love to have a sequel to this game, but I don't think that ever is going to happen. But anyway, I'm super, super excited for Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. So I'm probably gonna stream that when that comes out and I'm looking forward to that. Alright, that's it for the Q&A section of this video and now is the time for an exciting announcement. I've been having a lot of fun with this YouTube channel in the past year, making videos and cultivating this farming sim community. However, I'd like to bring my channel to the next level, offer you guys more things to enjoy, all while allowing myself to dedicate more time and resources into this project. As I said at the beginning of the video, I'm now back into my flight attendant job, which gives me a lot more free time. I have so many more days off than what I used to have with my previous job. So I'm gonna have more time to make videos and content. The only thing that's gonna change is that I no longer have a fixed schedule. So I used to stream on every Wednesday and every Sunday, but now my schedule is completely different every week and every month. So how it's gonna work for now is at the beginning of each month, I will post my streaming schedule on Discord. So once again, the link to the Discord is in the description. So if you go there and you look at the announcements, you should see every month an announcement where I will tell you guys when I stream. So I'll try to stream at least once a week, but you can definitely expect more videos than in the past. So I think that's a pretty good news overall. And one other thing that will allow me to bring my channel to the next level are memberships. So if you guys don't know, memberships are a great way to support your favorite YouTube channels, all while enjoying some extra perks. And I decided to keep things very simple with just 2 tiers, and I think they're pretty good. So let me introduce them to you guys. So the first tier is Seedling. So this one is just $1.99, and it gives you access to these 6 adorable emojis. They are just so cute. Let me know which one is your favorite. I will also add more emojis in the future, but there's a limit on how many you can have at first. So we're gonna start with these ones. If you're curious about who made these emojis, they were done by Nekorina. I will post her link to her Twitter and DeviantArt in the video description because she's a really talented artist. And she's the same that made my avatar, my picture, right? So she's really talented. So please support her and go take a look at her stuff because it's really beautiful. But anyway, back to the membership. So you're gonna get these 6 emojis, and you're also gonna get this little turnip seed to plant next to your username. And within 6 months, this little seedling will grow to an elegant gold turnip, so you can show off to everyone how much you like farming games and this channel. Having that little turnip growing next to your username also gives you priority when I reply to comments, even though I generally try to reply to most comments no matter what on my channel. It's just gonna give you that little boost in priority if you have the membership. And if you want to help this channel grow even more, then you can become a super seedling. This one is $4.99, and of course it will get you all the perks that the regular seedlings get. But on top of that, you will have access to additional status updates and behind the scene posts that I will put in my community tab. So whenever I'm working on a video, if there's anything additional I would like to share with you guys, any behind the scene updates, or maybe just sharing with you my thought process on certain videos, then I'm gonna be posting that there. And I will also make additional polls for you to pick, for example, my next video ideas. So currently I do regularly make polls where everybody can pick the next game that I'm gonna stream on a certain day. So I'm still gonna keep doing these, so the memberships are not taking away anything from the regular viewers. So I will keep making posts for everybody and making polls where everybody can pick a next game for a stream. But if you are a super seedling, you'll just get access to more stuff. So more posts and more polls. And you will also get access to an exclusive Discord channel. So I said it a couple of times, I do have a Discord server that everybody can join, but there's gonna be a little VIP section for the super seedlings. So you can come hang out with us in that section, and I'll be as active as I can and try to answer all of your questions there as well. So that's pretty much it for now. So these are the perks that you will get with the membership. Let me know what you guys think, and I will add more things to these. So as I said, I will add more emojis, and whenever there is more content and more things that I'm able to share, I will add some perks to these memberships. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the announcement I wanted to make. And also, if you're interested in supporting the channel without having to do recurrent payments, then I also do have a Ko-fi page where you can do one-time donations, and Ko-fi doesn't take any fees. So if you just feel like doing a one-off donation through my Ko-fi page, you can definitely do that as well. And if you're not interested or you can't afford it, do not worry, because the best and free way to support my channel is simply to watch, like, and comment on my videos. I'm not gonna be removing anything, as I said, for the regular viewers. I'm just adding more content for those who really want to give that extra support to the channel because I will have more free time and more energy to invest in this channel now. So it's really just for those who want to get more and really support the channel a little bit more. But other than that, if you just watch and like and comment, that's really good. So thank you so much everybody for your support. I can't believe we're approaching 15,000 subscribers now. I didn't think that would happen when I created my YouTube channel about a year and a half ago. So I just want to say one more time, thank you so much to everybody. If you have any question, please let me know in the comments. If there's anything you'd like to share, anything you'd like to say, just feel free to let me know. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you all in the next video.